I don't think people should. I don't think anybody should get involved in this Kickstarter campaign unless they want the UK hip hop album that was never made. And I say the because it would be the definitive British hip hop album.
Like, Scorzayzee was born and raised at CRS, mate. I'll be real with you, when we first started, my point was if you really want to work, then we'll push you. If you want to come and chill out, hang out, we can do that. But we used to have sessions where it was, I want to be the best rapper ever, so you sign up for work. And that's what Scorzayzee got. You write your 3-page rap, you bring it over to me, I read it, and then I go, rip, put it in the bin, go and do it again.
Big Trev was like Mr. Miyagi. We made Daniel wax the floor, wax on, wax off, do the fence like that. And you didn't realise that over time he was making you resilient.
If they want it, they're going to work for it. So it was that kind of reality.
I probably practiced more than the average kid would have done. While kids were playing out, we used to go to the studio and that's all we used to do all day. I used to sit there writing all day to a point where it was the only thing that I was interested in.
That takes your whole life. That is your life. It's not a part-time job. It's not something where you can go and do something else and then come back to it. It's your whole life. It is complete dedication. So he's definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best rappers for me.
He's so cerebral as a rapper. You kind of have to listen to his verses 4 and 5 times before you kind of get what he's saying. The first time you hear it, you know you like it because of the flow. The second time you listen to it, you're picking up the words that he's saying. The third time you're listening to it, you're kind of deciphering what he's saying because he's using metaphors and similes and he's using so many kind of different patterns within his language that you really have to pay attention to it.
After a lot of bullying, a lot of ripping up raps, he came with it.
Break your own spine and neck, pride and rest. You don't make sense like side checks the IRS. Every mic I bless is like a professor, the psychiatrist, poltergeist possessed, slice your chest.
They created this collective that was basically a loose collective of producers, DJs, and most importantly MCs.
We started doing gigs a lot. We were doing gigging everywhere. Plymouth, Portsmouth, London, Brighton, Sheffield. Man, we weren't getting paid, but we were doing them.
And the thing is, Dean was essentially the white kid. He was the fat white kid that everyone was going, you don't look like you're supposed to be able to rap like that. So everybody kind of graduated towards Scorzayzee and everyone was trying to figure out, who is this kid? Why is he so special?
Society lays dead with the deadliest venom, and it gets sinning with sinners, losers and winners. I use the musical rhythm, a man of many premonitions. Wisdom is my ammunition. Hit the rap game like car collisions from a far distance.
So I remember seeing that Blood, Sweat and Tears video. It was pretty much on MTV Base at any given point in time that you would put on MTV Base.
It was a beast of a video for us, and it was a massive 2-3 day shoot.
They had like the director of photography had just done Robert De Niro's films. We was like, wow, we thought we were doing a little music video, you know.
And without DeVille being a crew as they were, the closest point of reference within the UK was So Solid. But these were UK hip hop. You know, the closest point of reference for an American hip hop group was Wu-Tang Clan, and the standard of the video was up there, which is why it was so constantly on MTV Base.
In our humble opinion, you just saw the best UK video ever produced.
Yeah, when Activille disbanded and we all went our separate ways, Scores very much had an extremely high work rate. Now, what that meant was that he was featuring on a world of tunes with different artists because everybody wanted to work with him. There was always Scores with this guy, Scores with Estelle, Scores with APOC, Scores with this.
Every UK hip hop artist that wanted a featured verse, the chord the place for Scorzayzee, he was pretty much everywhere.
Hey yo, I live by the moonlight, challenge you to a spoon fight. I'm infinite, like in the Matrix when the room's white. Off the whitish, I only listen to what I do like. I'm not a snake, very venomous, but I do bite.
The amount of records that I know that were recorded but never finished, I don't understand why an album never came out.
So crazy then, yeah?
Absolutely, it doesn't make any sense.
Nah, one of his biggest shows that was noted for was Kung Fu. All the people we admired the most in the game were there, everybody.
Kung Fu was a big night. Everyone stopped to listen and he made a whole heap of noise. Everyone was on it. And that's how Scores does things.
What they didn't realise was the nerves before he walked on that stage were complete manic breakdown.
You know what it is? I get very nervous before. Obviously, you're meant to get nerves and butterflies before you do stuff like that. It's that adrenaline and that chemical that makes you survive.
I swear to God, he's puked like the length of the corridor. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, We walked straight through the door, 2 seconds later, and he did the greatest show I've ever seen him do. For me personally, because he gave them exactly what they all wanted and more.
You need to buy the best, my dialect is highly blessed. The higher text to fry your chest. Tie barbed wire around either leg and stand you in front of a lion and lioness. You lie a mess, cry for meds. I put a mirror near your face so you see your own dying breath.
To go from being sick to being sick is sick. You get me?
Big up to the guy who cleaned it up. Very sorry.
So P Brothers did this record with Scores called Great Britain. This record comes out and he's talking about the Queen, he's talking about politics, he's talking about government, he's talking about things that no person in their sane mind would put on a record. But he's doing it and he's saying it, and it struck a chord with people because it was refreshing.
His music reminds me of my work, where you can be laughing your head off 1 minute at something, but then it can completely turn on its head, and Great Britain's that darker side. The lyrics are incredible, and it's a really amazingly powerful tune. It's one of those, he's almost everything he does, you're kind of going, why is that not massive?
I always feel uncomfortable about why I write stuff or why I do it, because I don't want to come across as like a narcissistic artist who goes, I did it for this and my soul was displayed in front of the world, and you know what I mean? I think I was just an angry lad, and it kind of came out as that.
That tune still now, people still talk about it, and they always will.
All of a sudden, nobody could see Scorzayzee. Nobody could see him after Great Britain hit.
In 2004, 2005, Scores just disappeared. The fans didn't know where he was, people was waiting for music, nobody knew why.
It's only 2009, 2010, he did a record called Love Me, and Big Trev sent me the record and said listen to it, and it was that record where he actually explained where he'd been.
Schizophrenia, it wasn't meant to be like this. I was meant to be the next MC, but I lost my confidence on the MIC, but slowly getting back to the old me. That's why I want you to love me.
And through that, found out that he was basically schizophrenic. The story that really touched me actually is that he found himself walking through Market Square in Nottingham in his dressing gown and slippers, and didn't understand why all these people were in his front room. And obviously he's now got it under control through meds.
If I do a night of writing and I don't take my meds, I can't turn the rhymes on. Like, you could be talking and I'll be thinking of a rhyme for every word that you say.
You know, with Scorzayzee, he's had battles mentally in his life that have you know, basically come between him and making music as well. Yet his music isn't depressing, you know what I mean? It's like, it's honest and it's beautiful, and at times it's hilariously funny.
So what, I'm a bit schizophrenic, that's why I'm in the park on my own playing tennis.
So I first met Scorzayzee at an audition. I was making a film called Le Donk. The film ended up being called Le Donk and Scorzayzee, but it was actually originally just called Le Donk. When I met him, and Paddy Considine, who played Le Donk, started improvising with him, he just turned out to be just so laid back but so gifted and so natural. About an hour into it, I pulled Paddy out and said, look, this kid's like amazing, and I said, why don't we, we're going on making a music film, there's a guy turning up in the audition that's a flipping amazing rapper, why don't we make the story about you and him?
Hey yo, I write the type of phrases that are twice amazing. Isolate your mind and state, I rhyme a rate when time and space could either change your eyes and face. Put little nanobots in your veins and make you drink water until you evolve into a...
So from auditioning to be a little bit part in it, he became, you know, part of the film, ended up on the poster, and his name became part and parcel of the whole process.
As far as I'm aware, it was being involved in that film that showed him that he actually has got this talent and he needs to unlock this talent, and this talent is him as an MC.
And so I think it might have even been Universal came out of the woodwork, and there was talk of this kind of major deal going off. I don't know all the details about what happened, but I know that, as always with these big organisations, it becomes way more complicated than it needs to be.
Fuck a record label, I am the middleman. You see the little picture, I see the bigger scam.
They were saying like, oh, you know, we want Scorzayzee to feature on our album on a major label, but we're going to write lyrics for him. And I was like, write what lyrics? No, see, Scorzayzee, lyricist, mate.
I don't think he's built for that. I don't think he ever will be built for that. I don't think he ever was. So I think, you know, the more that he can do independently, the better it's going to be for him.
Scorzayzee to me is the most intelligent talking, well-versed, well-read, well-written lyrics you can really listen to. And you know, our real people's always going, oh, this guy's the best, that guy's he's a humble brother and the man does better than all of us, I promise you.
What's beautiful about Kickstarter campaigns is that you can go in at a lower level on these things and just literally buy a copy of the album, but no, you know, for a very small price, you're being part of making something happen for one of those people that really is gifted. And, you know, and if he does fulfill the promise that he's got, which is enormous, 5 or 10 years down the line, you could know that you had a hand in doing that. And that, you know, for me, I want to have a hand in doing that, and hopefully other people do as well.
It gives the project a foundation that's not based on having a major label. In a way, it's 2 fingers up to the machine, isn't it? In a way.
I want the album. I want people to understand what we know about him. I want people to hear his music and see just how amazing an MC he is.
Microphone master philosopher, you better call Plato when all the Greek gods are more fatal than 20 tornadoes.
I'm glad he's back. I can't wait. I'll be donating. I've got at least 3 pence for you, bro. On that. Cool. Nice.
I saw Wretch 3-2 last night, and whenever I see Wretch, he asks me, how's your boy Scores? You know what I mean? And it's just... You can talk to Tiny about him, he knows about Scorzayzee. You can talk to any of those big time MCs, Dizzy, they all know Scorzayzee. And they all want to hear music from him.
He's unstoppable now, isn't it? So 2004 to now, good luck to all the rappers that had you fun, but your time's over now. It's done. It's finished. The end.
Letter for letter, I'm better than any intelligent veteran. That's irrelevant to my elements. An eloquent lyrical animal with the stamina that'll challenge you. Test your whole being, I'm beating your whole legion. Letter for letter, I'm better than any intelligent veteran. That's irrelevant to my elements. An eloquent lyrical animal with the stamina that'll challenge you. Test your whole being, I'm beating your whole